Good morning, everyone. My name is Douglas Kelly, or as John says, some people call me Dougie. I've been called worse as well, so don't worry about it. And I have the privilege of working with my team, some of them here today, and colleagues across the country as Head of Rural Water in the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage. It's a real pleasure to join you here at the Rural Water Conference 2025. And I want to thank the National Federation of Group Water Schemes and the Local Authority Services National Training Group for the invitation. In particular, I'd like to thank Mark Farley and his team in the Federation for the tremendous work that they've done going in to organise this event, because it's no mean feat. I also want to extend a warm welcome to the representatives of our group water schemes, to the local authority staff, whose role remains central, and to our colleagues in the EPA and Ishgaran, and all of you who are here to share our commitment to rural water. Conferences like this matter because they provide space for dialogue and reflection. Too often in our work we're focused on the immediate task in front of us, the compliance deadline, the project to deliver, the funding return to complete. Today is a chance to step back, look at the bigger picture and remind ourselves of the purpose that drives us: safe, sustainable water for our rural communities. As the Minister said, Government recognises the importance of this sector and is fully committed to supporting it through investment, innovation and by working in partnership with communities. That recognition and commitment sets the context for everything we do here in the Department. In recent years, the rural water sector has achieved remarkable progress, from improved compliance and upgraded treatment facilities to stronger governance and smarter approaches to source protection. These achievements have not happened by chance, and are a result of the partnership that we all are part of. Committees, volunteers, local authorities, the Federation and the Department all pulling together in the same direction. It's this combined commitment, expertise and innovation that has made this progress possible. The theme of this year's conference, Building Resilience in Rural Water, the role of this department. It's timely and it's necessary. And I want to start with a simple truth. Resilience begins and ends with people. Infrastructure can be designed, new technology can be installed, policies can be written, funding can be allocated, but without people to lead, to manage, to innovate, and to maintain trust within communities, resilience cannot truly be achieved. It's you here in the room and others outside, thousands around the country, everyone working here today and your colleagues around the country who make rural water work and who can and do make it better year on year. Resilience is about the ability of our rural water services and the communities that depend on them to withstand and adapt to pressures that are already with us: climate change, population growth and decline, tighter environmental standards and changing expectations about water quality and sustainability. We've all seen how extreme weather can disrupt services, whether through drought, flooding, winter freezes or storms, and smaller schemes can be particularly vulnerable to that. But as we witnessed during Storm Éowyn, which I had a lot of problems with myself, the rural water sector rose to the challenge, responding with dedication and skill to protect supplies. For many rural communities, their scheme is more than just infrastructure, more than pipes. It's part of our and your identity. It's part of the fabric of the local life. That commitment shown during Storm Éowyn exemplifies that connection and the resilience it fosters. So when we speak of building resilience, we're really speaking of safeguarding communities. And that is where the Department sees its role, to provide the strategic framework, the policy direction, and importantly the funding to enable rural water to remain strong, improve and remain sustainable. Before looking forward, looking ahead, it's probably worth reflecting the distance that we've travelled. Group water schemes have grown from community-led initiatives into a sector that's increasingly professional, increasingly compliant and innovative, while retaining a strong voluntary ethos, which is hugely important. Thanks to the combined efforts of the volunteers, scheme committees, the Federation, local authorities and the Department, we've seen real and lasting improvements in water quality and compliance. The multi-annual rural water programme has been central to to this progress and the funding that it provides. Successive cycles have funded treatment plants, upgrades, source protection measures, network improvements, and support for individual households, like wells and septic tank grants. But each investment that we've made has been more than just a project. It's about it has been a commitment to safeguarding health and quality and the quality of life in our rural communities. The Department has also strengthened its partnership with the Federation by increasing financial support, because we recognise the Federation's essential role in guiding, representing and supporting schemes nationwide. Together, priorities have been set, resources are directed effectively, I hope, and compliance and water quality has strengthened. The current multi-annual programme, covering the period 2024 to 2026, has been one of the most ambitious. It's already provided, or we've already approved, 166 million for over 550 individual projects across the country. However, there is an issue that, to date, as we speak here, less than €1 million of that has actually been spent. So we need to, you in the sector, the local authorities and ourselves in the department need to work together, and we need to focus on delivery. The funding's there. The collective task is to turn these plans into progress on the ground. Across all of our funding in total, we have now allocated €230 million at the moment as we speak for 730 projects. So there's a lot of money out there, but it's now about getting on with doing the job and getting these projects underway. Encouragingly, compliance levels are improving, governance structures are maturing, and communities are benefiting from more reliable supplies. On-the-ground source protection projects led by farmers, volunteers and technical experts are showing how collaboration delivers real gains. But there are challenges that still remain: ageing infrastructure, capacity pressures, and the need for further compliance improvements. But the way we now work together, guided by the expert panel and supported through the multi-annual programme, has strengthened the partnership between the state and communities. Looking back should give us confidence. It shows what we can achieve through partnership and gives us a solid foundation to meet the challenges ahead. As the sector evolves, the focus is shifting from establishing strong foundations, which are already there, to ensuring that systems and communities are resilient, adaptable and sustainable. The challenges ahead are significant. I've listed out a few of them here, but there's no way to cover everything. So we've got climate change, longer dry periods, more intense rainfall and higher temperatures all pose risks to water sources and treatment systems. Events that were once considered rare are now occurring more frequently, and schemes must be prepared to respond quickly and effectively, and we, the department, must support them to get there. Demographic change. Some rural areas are facing declining populations, while others are seeing increased demand on their services. Financial sustainability, particularly near growing towns, there's more people coming there, so that impacts on the need and the ask of the department, and we understand that and we'll work together with the Federation on that. Schemes must adapt to change in local conditions and ensure long-term viability. Environmental standards. The EU directives and others are adding to the challenge. Compliance is not optional, and small schemes and other schemes, mainly the small schemes, will need support to meet these higher standards, from drinking water quality to nutrient management and source protection. Infrastructure. Much of the existing network infrastructure dates from earlier decades, and we get it in the department that some of that will and does need renewal. Continued investment, combined with forward planning, will be critical to maintaining service reliability and resilience and maximise the lifespan of assets. Community capacity. Recruiting and attaining committee members is becoming more difficult, I think. And without strong local leaderships, schemes will struggle. So encouraging new volunteers and supporting the existing ones is vital to sustaining resilience. I had the pleasure of being a judge for some of the awards there, and in judging the recent applications, I saw community engagement and significant and hugely impressive examples of leadership and commitment. These are not reasons for pessimism, but these are reasons to prepare. And that is why resilience must now be at the centre of all of our thinking. I know many of you in the room have faced these pressures firsthand, whether dealing with an unexpected drought, responding to regulation, or ensuring your community has access to a reliable source while managing an ageing infrastructure. Your experience is invaluable, and sharing them with each other is one of the most important things of this conference here today. So what's the role of the department? 5 things jump to mind immediately for myself, and again, these won't encompass everything. And some may emerge, some more may emerge during our discussions today, and we're more than happy to hear from everyone. So number 1, what do? We have to provide the strategic direction, setting the national policy, making sure it aligns with EU directives, and integrating rural water into the broader water sector reforms. This ensures that rural water services are not operating in isolation, but as a part of a coherent, sustainable national system. Securing and allocating funding is a huge issue. Through the multi-annual programme, we provide capital investment needed to upgrade infrastructure, protect sources and improve governance. Funding is critical, but equally important is ensuring that it's allocated efficiently and strategically. Supporting compliance and standards. We work closely with the EPA, with the local authorities and with the schemes and the Federation to ensure that water supplies meet national and EU standards. This includes regular monitoring, guidance and targeted support for schemes at risk. Building capacity and partnership. Supporting the Federation. We see that as a key role of the department. We support the Federation. We work with the local authorities on training programmes to build skills and capacity, working with the local authorities on technical training to ensure that scheme managers and operators have the skills that they need to maintain compliance and manage systems effectively. And driving innovation and sustainability, promoting best practice, research and innovation in areas such as source protection, energy efficiency, and we're going to talk about that this morning probably, and digital monitoring. By piloting new approaches and learning from successful schemes, we can share knowledge widely and improve outcomes across the sector. So in short, our role in the department, as I see it, is to enable schemes. It's to provide the framework and resources that allow local initiatives to thrive and become more resilient. Resilience is not abstract. It's something that we see in practice every day. The likes of source protection, fencing, buffer zones, education campaigns to reduce contamination. Schemes are working actively with farmers and local schools to implement catchment awareness programmes, which reduce contamination incidents and increase community understanding and source protection. Hugely important. Infrastructure investment. Upgrading plants and replacing pipes improves reliability and reduces leakage. Investment in disinfection systems and distribution upgrades in multiple counties are ensuring good water quality and compliance rates. Governance and training. Strong governance training and knowledge sharing to maintain compliance. There are a number of technical programmes out there, and workshops are helping committees make better operational decisions and meet regulatory requirements that are not optional, unfortunately. Innovation, I mentioned it already. Digital monitoring meters, renewable energy, increasing efficiency and reducing vulnerability to shocks that are coming our way. Some schemes are using digital alarms to detect leaks immediately, preventing significant loss and protecting their customers. And community engagement, it's a big issue. Engaging members, explaining the challenges and building trust strengthens local ownership. That's for you on the ground. That's the work that you're doing there. Regular newsletters, community meetings, open days, they're invaluable, keeping members informed and supportive, and to build up and maintain that trust that we all should have in each other. These examples reminds us that resilience is not built on pipes and pumps alone. It's built on people, supported by infrastructure and expertise, and investment and funding. So from the department's perspective, some of the priorities for the coming year and beyond. The current programme, the MARP 2024 to 2026, the multi-annual programme, ensuring that that 166 million investment translates into real, visible improvements on the ground. We need to work collectively on that. The money is being allocated, it needs to be spent. If it's not spent, it will be used elsewhere. We just need to get on with getting it done. preparing for the next programme. I spoke with the board last night and we had I was going to say a long conversation. It wasn't long enough, but we had a conversation of how we go about improving the next programme. We have ideas, I have ideas, the Federation have ideas, but enough to say that I believe that we can tighten up the application process, we can make it smoother, we can make it cleaner, we can make it more transparent, and we need to speed it up. If I'm here standing on behalf of the Minister saying that you need to speed it up, I accept that we need to speed it up here on our side as well. Embedding climate resilience. We need to continue to invest in the infrastructure and operational practices that can withstand the pressures of a changing climate. This includes flood risk assessments, drought preparedness, and climate-proof treatment systems. It's happening out there, but we need to keep our foot on the pedal there. Strengthening governing and compliance. Continue to support training, guidance, and capacity building. That's a key role for this department as well. And supporting community capacity. That's what I mean by that is attracting new members, getting the volunteers, getting them involved, getting them into the sector. And then lastly, integrating with the wider water policy. We can't, as a sector, work in isolation. It's ensuring that rural water is fully aligned with Ireland's overall water services strategy and with EU policy. These priorities will only succeed if they're shared priorities, owned by all of us here today. Each of you and I have a key and important role to play in achieving them. So just to finish off, resilience is not about, as I see it, is not about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them with confidence, determination and trust in the partnerships that we've built up, have maintained and strengthened. And in rural water, resilience is not about pipes and plants and funding, it's about the people in this room and the thousands more across the country who dedicate their time and expertise to ensure safe and reliable drinking water. This sector has repeatedly demonstrated its capacity to adapt and succeed. From community-led beginnings to modern regulated schemes, which is what you are, and are now meeting new challenges. The department is fully committed to working alongside you. The Minister said the same. I've had many conversations with both our ministers about this. To provide guidance, we'll work beside you to provide the guidance, to provide the support, to provide the resources and the funding, but it's your work on the ground that delivers the real results. So looking ahead, I'm confident that together we can maintain a strong, sustainable and resilient rural water sector, serving the communities today and for the generations to come. So thanks for your time, and I hope you all enjoyed the conference. And look, please talk to me, my team across the day, and we're more than happy to talk to everyone. Thanks.